Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, 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 Gaurachandra, 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 Gauranga, 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 Gaurachandra, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Radhe 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 Radhe, Krishna 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 Krishna, Radha Radha, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhika, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Radhika, Radhika, Krishna, 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 Radhika, Radhika, Krishna, 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 Radha, Krishna, Radha, Radha, Krishna, Radha. Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Radha, Radha, Govinda, Govinda, Radha, Govinda, Radha, Govinda, Radha, Govinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Radhe, 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 Radha, Krishna, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Radhe, 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 Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Krishna, Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gauranga Nityananda. Oh, wait a second here. Let's see here. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Nityananda, 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 Vishwamara, 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 Sachidanda, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Radhe, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Here's the link. Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, glories to Lalita Ganga, the queen of our new Vrindavan. Isn't she our queen? She's my queen. She's my queen. The queen of Vrindavan, man. If I want to go to Vrindavan, I just and watch her laugh at the illusory energy. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Although still she gets cheated here sometimes, you know. It's where the soft hearts get cheated, you know. That's the thing. You got to become a thunderbolt heart, hard as a rock, and as smarter these serpents, these little serpent guys. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hey there, Haridas the second.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev.
Hey, thanks for coming. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Okay, put your mics on. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Let's laugh at it. Let's laugh at Maya today. Let's laugh at Maya. We're gonna laugh at you today, Maya.
This song you can do, man. This song you can do.
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. You have no power here. Be gone. You demoniac energy.
Hare Om.
Be gone. Be gone.
This is locked up, man. This is locked
Of the same.
up. This.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Ram Hari Ram 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hari 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 Ram, Hari Ram, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Ram,
Hare. Hare
Ram,
Rama.
Hari Hari, Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram,
Rama
Hari
Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Rama, Rama, Hari
Krishna,
Hari,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Radhe,
Hare.
Radhe, 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 Radhe. Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Radhe, 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 Radhe. Krishna, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Krishna, 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 Radhe, Radhe,
Rama
Radhe.
Rama, Hare
Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Nityananda
Jaya Sri Advaita Jaya Gaura
Oh, glory to my Lord.
Jai. Welcome everybody. I just feel like discussing some things, so I'm going to do it. We will continue chanting later. Okay. Oh my Lord, this is the first verse, the invocation in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is actually in Bhaktivinoda's book called Bhagavat Arka Marchi Mala. So he's taking the first verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of creation, sustenance and destruction of the manifested universes. The creation, the sustenance, he sustains them, he creates these. And he's the cause of it. See, the cause of it. And he's the cause of the maintaining of it, the cause of the creation of it, and the cause of the destruction of it. Yeah. Can you see the signs that we live in? Can you see? That's why the Bhagavatam teaches about the different ages, and the one we're in, Kali Yuga. It's the time of destruction of the manifested universes to a certain extent. See, there's this is in the cosmic order of things. So anyway, I was looking at that picture Lolita put on that she likes the flying nun. See, that's why I call her the flying nun. She's the flying nun. But have you seen her go off the ground yet? See, this is the thing. When I was looking at, the Lord was showing me stuff. That's what so I love this path. This path is so great. Man, I can't see, even Einstein doesn't have intelligence that the Lord can give you. He doesn't understand any of these things. Socrates, none of them. They look at these things and they don't talk about them even. Yeah. Then you got the historical Christians. Ooh, look at the flying nuns. Look at the saints. They're flying. Oh, they lifted off. Yeah. Have you seen anybody fly off the ground? Well, maybe somebody has some miracle, but you know what? You notice the people. They love this stuff, the cheaters. They love this because they know people, they like to believe in miracles, right? The miracle of lifting the physical body off the ground, and they use that to cheat you, see? Especially in this age. Everything, the Brahmins cheat you. Hey man, just read the Bhagavatam. I believe in the Bhagavatam. Not only do I believe in it just blindly, I believe it because I see it. I see how people are getting cheated. They put pictures of miracles, and then the biggest cheaters, like that Vishwananda guy, he puts he gets a gold egg coming out, just a duplication of the miracle of Sai Baba. Same thing. And people believe it. See, they like the miracle. Oh, you see, that defies, this egg coming out of the person's mouth and belly and shows, wow, he's divine. See, people are cheated by these so-called miracles, but don't understand the esoteric significance, which is really the important thing of the nuns, why they fly and why saints fly. What does it mean? They fly above the bodily conception. They're lifted to the spiritual dimension. That's the important thing, and that's the idea. Don't go to the guys they're regurgitating, like that Vishwananda regurgitating eggs out of his mouth, which is just a repeat of the site. It's not even people. They're illogical. They're stupid, actually, less intelligent. And the Maya takes advantage of them. See, the real meaning of that verse, of that picture, the picture are just verses to me. That's all. I look at the picture and say, oh, here's a verse to it. See, this is what rhymes with it. See, this really rhymes with it if you get purified. Yeah, go ahead, Lolita.
Yeah, what I wrote, this is my guru and me. You see the nun and you see the priest on the other side. So that's you and me. I'm here, you are there. And together we are meditating on the Holy Spirit, because you could see they were meditating. So that was actually what I wanted to show. Then your consciousness rises like this. But he thought, the man, he thought, what is this?
But everybody's thinking that. I'm just talking about, this is the general idea. And so what's the essence is, if you want to fly in consciousness, you above the material modes of nature, where the peace is. If you want to find that peace that surpasses all understanding, that's in the true knowledge of the meaning of these pictures. They're like a talisman that leads you to the ultimate truth. And so the point of the picture is if you want to be elevated, this is a universal spiritual principle. The reason why those disciples of Jesus were elevated were in consciousness because of the association, and by hearing these concepts that are above the modes of nature from a person who has taken shelter of the absolute truth, the source of creation, destruction, and the maintaining of it. When one is absorbed in that source, one is lifted above this washing machine, of these cyclic patterns of the material world and universe. You're lifted above that into the source where the peace is. But it's not of this world. It's not a mode of goodness peace. Because people, that's why they fight. The demigods are fighting for peace. They think, hey man, these demons are not giving me any rest. We got to fight them to get control so that we can find peace. See? And the demons, they need to control everything before they can find their peace. They think. But they don't understand that they're seeing everything in a crooked way, in a distorted way, because where real peace is where Jesus was trying to bring people, where Lord Chaitanya was bringing to people, above the modes of nature of this, creation, sustenance, and then destruction, because it's always going to go through that. It's just and so in so many ways. I was watching this TikTok with Bruce Lee, and he had these, they said, people think you're in false ego and you're proud and all that stuff. And he was very like this, and very determined. He says, and he had good wisdom, very good wisdom about, how to control the body and to make the body submit and subdue and all of that stuff. And it sounds like really like, wow, this guy's like a Superman. And he was very disciplined, just like that's that path. This is like, you could see like Narayan Raj and these Radhakund Babajis that are committed to austerity. They want that control and everything. But that's not the essence of, if you're coming to God, that's not really how to do it. Because, if you examine this Bruce Lee's life, he did all these things and he was phenomenal and it was all physical. And then he died. He actually died early. He had just some kind of heart attack and boom, he's gone. And what did he develop? Control over the body, okay? Control over the mind, discipline. And the same thing with these Brahmins and sannyasis. This is what they teach in Vaishnava religion and all religions, basically. Fast, follow the laws of God, the rules and the regulations and the ceremonies and all that. And then you die. You might even die early or late. Yeah. But what did you gain? See, and well, I was following the good path. I did pious deeds. See, I was on I wanted to create good in my life. I wanted to be sustained by the goodness of the world. If I could find it, the goodness of good deeds and all of that stuff. But you see, you're not in the source. Your consciousness is not in the truth. Because if it really was, and the Bhagavatam is in the book is teaching that. The sages who were disciplined and they followed the rules and the regulations and they were pious, they came to Sutta Goswami and said, listen, you know what? The Lord has given us some new idea that we can spend our whole lives trying to discipline our bodies and fastings and all of that stuff. But we don't want to do that. We see that you're in another state of consciousness that we can't get or we haven't attained. So I think we want to follow your path. See, that's associating with those types of persons that are in that picture, raised above the modes of nature and are absorbed in the source of creation, sustenance, and maintenance of this material universe. They're not taking like a side in this in this drama of the material world. They're not trying to be good people or bad people, just and be sustained by your actions. See, the Lord, you notice the Lord sustains everybody. What is the meaning of that? Why? He sustains the demons in their activities. They get life from passion and ignorant stuff and control and manipulations, and that gives them a reason to get up in the morning. A reason to get up in the morning to play God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks, River. She's on vibration right now. We don't cut her out completely. We just give it a little vibe. Ooh, okay, there they go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, then everybody has to have a reason to get up in the morning, and the good people have a reason. They gotta get up and fight those demons, man. We gotta, try to gain control over these things, because these guys are bad people. They're evil, right? The good and evil. See? But what is that picture presented in the Bible? See, it's a picture. Even the word is a picture where God says, don't eat from that tree of the knowledge of good and evil. See? And what do we see on the Apple computer? That apple with a bite taken out of it. You take a bite of this computer, man. What is the computer? What do you get into computer there? The division, the good and evil. Do you notice? They're really into that, man. Take a side, man. What do you want to fight the demons? You want to fight? See, they cause division. See, but that's the modes of nature. Naturally causes division. It weakens people who have taken that bite. See? Now, what we're showing here, we're showing by taking shelter of the essence of the truth that we become strong. See? We become stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's how Krishna wins a following. See? Because people, they start to see there's a strength that they know not of. There's a food they know not of. That's why Jesus preached like this. He was eating a food that people didn't know of. See, when you eat food in the mode of goodness, your body gets stronger, usually, they say. And it makes sense. The Vedas say that. If you eat it in the mode of ignorance, it gets weaker. See? So people say, okay, let me spend my life, I'll become a vegan. Like there's a lady that's a vegan, and watches her everything, and she's 74 years old. She looks really nice, man. Very nice and youthful and all of that. But she can die at any time. What did she gain? Well, her mind's probably, focused completely on that. And you die. Okay, you controlled, you had your beauty for, like, wow, you're 74. Wow, see, that wows people. People, she got a lot of likes up there. Wow, you're so youthful. That's what we want. We want this body to be youthful for this long time, maybe forever. See, and so people get inspired by that. And then they go, okay, there's something to that. Okay? But Bhagavatam in our preaching here is saying, hey, man, people, they neglect their spiritual development. They don't even know how to do that. See, therefore, they're more or less cheated by everything in the material world. Even in the mode of goodness, you're being cheated, man. You know how you're being cheated? This is the only time that you'll know that you'll be being cheated. Because if you take shelter and you come and you go and listen to anybody else preaching Brahminical activities and austerities or pious deed path, or whatever they're preaching, see, you're being cheated when this is available. See, there's always some more or less cheating going on in the world. See, but this is no cheating in it. This teaches people how to become absorbed and lifted to understanding this, the symbolic nature of the world and where it's pointing. You know, what are those saints lit flying? Where are they flying? Why are they flying? What does it mean, this flying thing? No, why are they being lifted above the ground? See, above the earth. See? This is the thing. Being absorbed in the absolute truth is how you do it. And the absolute truth are these verses. This is self-realization, is to understand the verse, but without devotion you can't. Without relishing the nature that this is God, these verses are the Lord. They're the absolute truth. And only when devotion awakens can you do that. That's why you have to take shelter of those who are elevated. You have to hear from those who are elevated. You have to worship. That means respect their preaching. Worship means respect. You have to honor their preaching above all other preaching that's lesser. How else can you be elevated if you have faith in the lesser above the higher? This is why this was even the Bhagavatam. This was the pastimes of Shiva versus Daksha, the court case there, the spiritual court case. You know, it's not just a story, you know, of good versus evil. See, no, Shiva was transcendentally absorbed in the absolute truth. He knew these things. He knew the Bhagavatam. See, Daksha was absorbed in the mode of goodness. He was up in even the heavenly planets, but still had false ego, false identification with being a good person. See? This is the thing. Oh, I'm a good person. I follow the rules and the regulations. I'm austere. I'm superior intelligence. Look at Shiva. Shiva was looking disheveled. He didn't take a bath. He had these odd type of decorations on his, you know, with snakes and all of this stuff. And he associated with the darker people, low-class persons. So being in the mode of goodness, you look at Shiva and you think, well, this guy is dirty. But Daksha was actually dirty because Shiva did not follow his path. He didn't follow this good path or bad path, actually. If you read the Bhagavatam, he was always, he didn't take, even though he could give boons of this and that and material things and all that, he wasn't personally, what he was into was just meditating on the source of creation, sustenance, and destruction, the source of that. And he had his peace there. He had his ecstasy there. He had his motivation there. And fools, they look at his pockets because he's automatically wealthy. He can bestow any boon. That's a real guru. You come to them, you can become a teacher. You can become like influential. You can become great in the eyes of the neophytes because they're a desire tree. Okay? But you won't become part of the core of the associates. If you're an associate of an associate, then you're a real associate of the Lord. That's how this thing works. See? That's why they can't associate closely. They have to be on the outside. They're outsiders. See? Those who come here and associate sincerely with the associate, and that means do you stand under their vision, under their understanding? Because if you do, their vision, if they're truly elevated, is in the vision of the real Bhagavatam, the essence. I'm not preaching the Bhagavatam in terms of Vedic rites and rituals, which you could do, or to get boons that you can have a strong material body, which you can do. No, we go right to the essence. It's love of Krishna, life's ultimate goal, man. You get that, and everything else might be added or maybe not. It doesn't matter. You got life's ultimate goal, right? You know, when you reach a goal, that's it. And see, people are goal setting in this world because their goals are in the inferior energy. They'll never be fully satisfied. They go from one goal to another goal, and their whole life is about achieving some goal within this material universe, right? But the devotee, they achieve the ultimate goal. What other goal is there beyond that? Because when you do attain that goal, then you find, oh yeah, this is what the shadow was always trying to eventually lead me to. So now I've got the ultimate goal of life. So what do I do now? What's going to be my goal? See? The goal is relationship, and relationships, just like in the world, is to meet your beloved right here. Can you ever see a man goes out on vacation or goes on business stuff, and then he comes home, or he goes to work, he comes home and the wife is there, and vice versa, right? The wife meets husband meets wife, or the beloved meets their lover. And isn't that the fulfillment? Isn't that why a man works all fucking day and night, just to come back so he can have sex with his wife and have children, and then go be inspired? Yeah, oh boy, they gotta feed those mouths. So what is that picture talking about? There are people looking for happiness in that, holy and solely. Well, no, that's the right idea, but not quite. It's not a full understanding. No, we're meant to meet husband and wife, which you do literally when you commune with God. You get the love. You don't need a man or a woman externally. You got that inside. You meet Radha and Krishna. Radha is devotion, and from devotion comes the clear picture of the absolute truth. And you just meet every day, and everything becomes more clear. See, more wonderful, more logical, just by meeting like that. And then see, these are not our permanent things, but while we're in the world, of course, you got to support the body, right? And they might find some interesting things in the world to do, and you go about these things, and then you think, yeah, I'm doing my work and my prescribed duties. I have to, what do they call it? Shit, shower, and shave, and work and do this and all this. And then you come back to meet the husband and wife, right? But actually in Vrindavan, it's like, oh no, I'm here to bring Radha and Krishna together. I'm sorry, this is more of a Manjari thing, I mean, that's how I see things. I just want to bring Radha and Krishna together, man. It's my job, my service, real service. When I'm in the world, I go and waste my time a little bit. But actually, nothing goes to waste here. Even whatever I do, I use it. Yeah, you notice everything I do, I use. So it's not completely like the Lord uses it. We use it. It's useful. And to build relationships, to build the truth, to show how things work. I just show you. Everybody here. We just show you how Vrindavan is in this world, just like it was 5,000 years ago. The gopis were churning butter, and then they were, and the cowherd boys were doing their thing with Krishna. And there was always a time of separation in the dead of night. The gopis, that's when that's where the deeper relationships were for them. And the cowherd boys, they had the daily, friendship stuff going on. See, and it was all about meeting and separating from Krishna. And they do their chores during the day. See? And now we have people who don't really know Radha and Krishna Vrindavan teaching all of how they proudly know all about Radha and Krishna, and they teach you renounce the world. See, they teach you how not to get it. You get it just simply by associating with Vrindavan devotees, and you just pick it up. You become like them. You hearing their vibration, you just elevated in their emanation to that platform. That's how simple it is. Gopakamara, when he attained Vrindavan, transcendental Vrindavan, just by being around the people there, he became like them, the same kind of feelings in his own Ras. By being around, he liked the cowherd boys, he just being around them, he became like them. Just by their energy. What do you think it means, that song you Krishna devotees sing every fucking day? From them, from the real guru, the real resident of Vrindavan, ecstatic prema emanates, their energy, their mood, by their word that they get from that ecstatic prema emanate, and the Lord's using them, guru, your ignorance is destroyed. It's all ignorance going on, causing people to act in inferior ways. It broke my heart yesterday. Well, sort of, but I just saw how pitiful the condition of this world is. How the innocent lambs are being led to slaughter. They go to the fucking markets now. I don't know. In Mexico, it's becoming communistic type thing here. They're all into this new world order crap. So you can tell they're listening to the news, right? The news says, get your shot, get your shot. They're lining up and they're all out at the supermarket. Big lines to get their shot. And the pharmacies are going up because people are getting, and why is this happening? Why are the pharmacies going up? And man, does the medicine getting expensive here? It never used to be like this. But now the pharmacies are huge. They're like supermarkets. And they're all dumbed down by the Maya. They can't put two and two together. Sickness. Big pharma, make money on the cattle and the sheep. But what is that? What's causing that? Ignorance. Right. Who they listen to, who you associate with. So take that principle and associate with a self-realized soul. You're protected on all levels even. The Lord informs them and they inform you. That's how this works. I told you about that stuff, and we had those guys who had a different opinion, right? Madhusudan, who's very proud of being boosted up, sickly guy, and Johan. See? Oh, yeah. So that was just a prelude. You see, he didn't agree with any opinion, really. See, that's demoniac. See, that's why people stay in this world. They preach something else, something other than the real truth that sets people free. See, those who listened to him, they got their shot, even in our Sangha. Subtly, you think, well, maybe he's defined. Now that's pretty, maybe he's the one to listen to too, See, this is the way the world works, man. Yeah, so this is where we go. It's all ignorance, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it nice? I feel great happiness to reveal these things of the Bhagavatam that's revealed to me. And all I know is those who start to agree with this opinion, it shows me also that it must be in the vision of the revealed scriptures, because your lives are becoming really wonderful. That's what I'm hearing. If you're not like an Amy, that I was wondering for a while, she was always saying, God, I love you guys. I thought she was completely on board, but then the reality comes out, the real situation. Just like Judas. Nobody knew that Judas, and by the way, Amy, I'm not doing this to put you down or like that. I'm actually trying to help you, but this is a great teaching. The truth is no respecter of persons. Sorry about that, but that's the way it is. Even Prabhupada was like this. Prabhupada, Sridhar Maharaj, his friend of 30 years, said, your Guru Maharaj doesn't spare even an old friend, in his preaching of the truth. That's why, people, they misunderstand these things. No, I think it's a great understanding. This is really wonderful. Look at Judas. Listen to this. Judas was around Jesus. He knew, actually, and if he didn't know, because, the Putina is pretty, that energy, that hypocrisy is pretty subtle. And Judas was probably saying, like some others here, oh, Jesus, I'm really on board. I really believe in all of that, right? And then in the end, the true colors came out. The contamination came out, didn't it? But that's good, because otherwise you die in that contamination as a hypocrite. At least you get a chance when you're with the truth to see it. Otherwise, that's going to run you. You haven't named that demon in you, the hypocritical Putina. You think you're on the same level. You notice Amy and others like that, they think they have this either the same love or a better love than we have here. You notice that? And that results in betrayal. See? Because hypocrisy betrays the truth. That's why ultimately I say, hey, listen, any of you guys, you want to be rectified? You want to repent? You have to put both feet here in this vision here. Otherwise, you've lost the path, or maybe you never even found it. But this will help you. Yeah, let's act this out, man. I'm going to act like this. I'm going to be really like a stickler for the truth. You be a stickler for hypocrisy. Yeah. You go and complain and preach against this and criticize. Yeah, you just take your role, whatever that is, man. I'm taking mine, and this is snuffing out the darkness. If anybody sides over here, they'll be very happy. You know why? Because this makes God very happy in your heart, and he'll awaken in you. He'll be nourished. He'll grow, become very strong. And people, you will influence them like these influencers influence people to become, to take their money and to lie to them and cheat to them, like those people. They would say, oh yeah, we're with Microsoft. Oh, we want to help you. We want to do everything, as they're taking everything on their computer. Oh yeah, give us remote access. Oh yeah, oh boy, that was the real thing.
They didn't ask that. They didn't. They were immediately inside.
Oh, they were in there. They didn't even know. Wow. Yeah. And by the way, that's this guy who told you you don't need a VPN or what do you call that, antivirus?
Yeah,
is completely off. That's why you got hacked. I use a VPN and antivirus, so that's the thing, I'll just put this out because I don't know if I can contact you with all this stuff going on. I would suggest, to have a computer, you got to be savvy, and you have to put in the work. You cannot just depend on people just do and then just go out there and do this, because you have to be savvy to maintain your position. So what I would suggest is go Freddie's way and get a tablet. They don't get hacked, man. I use it's like the phone. They don't fucking get hacked. They could. But with what Freddie you just duplicate it, and then he has the automatically of antivirus comes with the thing, and and you get the VPN also comes with that. So whatever he did, you just duplicate, and then you won't have any fucking problems. You just, otherwise you got to deal with the reality. You got to become savvy about this. You have to learn this. You can't just depend. I mean, that guy, he misled you to tell you you don't need an antivirus program. They got right in there. They just hack right in, man. Especially now, they just, oh, here's an, because any smart person with computers is always going to put an antivirus and VPN. And then you're sort of protected, but not fully, anything can happen. But still, it works for me so far. I'm okay. But I think for you, the good thing is just get a tablet, and then you don't have to fucking worry. You can go live every day, and it works with this Restream thing. I checked it out. I looked over the tablets, and it should work fine. So anyway, that's my suggestion.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to learn this stuff, Otherwise, you're gonna pull your hair out, and you could lose your finances and all that stuff, man. It ain't worth it. The hassle. I was feeling hassled that you were at. I thought, oh shit, man, you got to go through all that.
Again.
Yeah, again.
Like
yeah,
2 months ago, the whole situation again.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I was thinking is like, I think if you do go that route with Freddie, he can help you set it right up, and then you never have to think about it. It's all done. You just go live, And actually, they have clear sound. These things, clear sound, clear picture.
That's all I want. Is going live.
Yeah, I know. That's all you want. So
that's my problem.
Yeah, let's beat them at their game. See, the game is cheating you. See, and you got to be savvy with the computer. Like I'm kind of a little bit savvy about that. I know how these scam. Well, they're always developing. Sometimes they get me. So they're really good, and they're very nice, very professional.
So nice.
Very
so
convincing. Oh man,
really so nice.
Yeah. I got in some, they convinced me. I thought, wow, these guys got to be true. It's the way it is. But anyway, I think this is a good solution, man. Because then you just go live, just fine. Yeah, and yeah. So yeah. Okay, so if you're sort of in agreement there, yeah, and don't worry.
I will listen to you, Guru Maharaj.
Good. Okay. Good. At least you have the computer, and we'll get this tablet thing, and let's see. I think you're going to be more happy that you can just get on there. You don't have to worry about your finances getting all fucked up again. Because that's what they do. They go after your, you need to have your foundation, especially you need to be, budget all this stuff and everything. You need to screw around with that. Yeah.
I was waiting for my pension. It comes today. I was nicely waiting, not giving any money, and then they come.
Yeah. Well, if you do you have some money from Lalita Madhava you can borrow? If not, I can send you something to Freddie.
I can. No. I have Lalita Madhava who can borrow me.
You sure? If not, just
yeah. No problem. He told me already. He's here every day. No problem, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So good. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Let's read the verse.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So he is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations. He is directly and indirectly. See, directly, this is the high platform. This is the raised consciousness in the truth. Seeing, it's like being on top of the mountain, and you're looking down at what's going on down below it, right? The Lord is on top of the mountain. And that's why he brought the Vedas, to bring us on top of the mountain with him. See, that on top of the mountain is to know the way things fucking work. Otherwise, you're down here in these various compartments and you can't see how things really work. That's how Maya keeps us down. But the Lord is giving us an option. If you associate with his realized souls, they'll save us. You know what saving means? Saving you from troubles. Troubles in the material universe. That's why the devotees are blissful without and carefree, like the Lord is carefree, because they take shelter of that Lord, the source of all the troubles. That's why you see bhakti, devotion, gives you true knowledge, understanding it. And therefore, the threefold miseries, which is just for those who are demons and demigods, they always are pelted by the threefold miseries of the body and mind because they identify with it. They identify that's not really them. The material mind and the material body is not them, or the material emotions is not them either. That's coverings. It causes you to suffer in this material universe. But if you come here, what do you notice coming here? Even though I look crazy, it seems like this is really odd. Guys cussing, putting people down and everything. But people are being raised to the spiritual platform and developing spiritual emotions in a spiritual mind, understanding the essence of the truth and the Vedas and the Bible and all of that stuff that liberated souls understand and stand under. What is that saying? By their fruits they shall be known. This fruit is transcendental. It's not material or mundane, or it's not positive or negative. It's spirit. See, you become spirit filled, spirit lifted. You become like those flying saints. And you will experience, you look at the verses, it's like, wow, there's the shelter, man. That's God, man. Now you're in relation, you love it. You just naturally see natural feeling. That's the liberated condition. Love God. How does that show? You love the verses, man. You love the name. Yeah. And you show people, even though they're all blind, practically everybody's blind. They look, hey man, we're showing you what love of God looks like. You don't see it yet? Well, by and by it'll rub off on you because you're seeing it. It's stronger than anything. As it gets stronger in us, it'll get stronger in you. 100th monkey effect. Monkeys on even another island, whatever the consciousness that one monkey on another island developed, the others develop. And we're all monkeys, man. If you don't admit you're a monkey and a fool and an idiot, you have no place in the kingdom of God. Yeah. Jesus didn't think he was anything special, but what lived in him was very special. I don't think I'm special, but what lives in me is very special. It lifts me, gives me understanding. And that's what I share with my brothers and sisters or whoever will listen. See, and if you take it seriously, you follow what is being said here, you're also lifted. You're as I am, right? Some even more. Look at
You give
Lalitas.
us access to that world. You give us access to that world, to that word, and to that whole environment, that flying experience. And it's always getting higher and higher. I always remember that where you said kicking a hole in the universe. The
Yeah,
Lord
you go
gives you.
through. It's like a wormhole. We make a hole for the worms. Otherwise you're going to be a worm here. If you better to be a worm in the spiritual universe. Yeah, that's humility. Just if you don't bend your knee to this kind of preaching here, then you're proud, man. You're proud of your knowledge. You're proud of your understanding. and all you get is name and fame in the world. See, in this world. But the devotees, they have name and fame because of devotion. But most people don't recognize it in the world. See, but in the spiritual world it is recognized. That's all that's recognized. So the Lord wants people to understand these things. If you come here, you'll understand all these things. If you don't, you won't. Yeah. You have to, somebody, I mean, you have always, whether it's here, it's here. If it's somewhere else, it'll have the same symptoms. The devotee will be lifted in a higher consciousness. It will preach from that level if they're distributing it. That's another if. You could get a Prabhupada or a Bhakti Siddhanta or a Bhakti Vinod trip where they're elevated and you just get some emanation that you don't understand. And then they keep silent about these confidential truths, which I'm not silent at all about. That's my mission in this world. My mission, Bhakti Vinod's mission was to write about all these things. Goswami's mission was to write about all these things. See? And the Narottam, the preachers who were on the same level, were to preach that. My mission is to preach what Bhakti Vinod wrote and Prabhupada wrote and the Goswami wrote. And in this way, others will be elevated. Otherwise, you have those books are locked up. All your gurus can give you, who are not elevated yet, truly, is to the principles on the level of the Vedas, rules, regulations, ceremonies, rituals, fastings, regulative, wax on, wax off. You don't know why you're waving the flames. And it's just your external devotion. You're externalized. You don't see everything. And then then somebody comes around with a miracle, you might be attracted to them and they're cheating you. You come here, you get the truth, right? Doesn't it seem reasonable what I said there about how people are being cheated by these miracles? So-called miracles. They're looking, where's the flying nuns? Where's the flying nuns? Where's the saints regurgitating that miracle of some golden egg coming out of their mouth? Or they slipped it in there, and then they think, let's impress these and get these followers, get these people to support. These guys, these Sadgurus, these Vishwanas and this Mukunda, these Sai Babas, very wealthy materially. They get people to follow and believe in them and all that. And they use God, they use the Vedas. And then ultimately people find out and they give up God. See, so much cheating going on in this world. You got to find the narrow gate, man, if you want to get out. Anyway, we provide the way,
Yeah, when I talk about you, some people, their first reaction is, what can he? And I say, yeah, he can wake up the living God inside of your heart. But they want to know those kind of miracles like that golden egg. So what can he do? So those spectacular things that they can see with their material eyes. That's what people expect,
Yeah. People came up to Jesus like that and looking for signs. What kind of signs he show? He said, I'll just show you the sign of Jonah or something. Something, like, I forgot what that meant. But anyway, we'll look that up sometime. But, same thing with Lord Chaitanya. People are looking for miracles. And he says, the miracle I'm going to do? I'm going to make this woman who didn't have devotion awakened in her. I'm going to make her chant Krishna and cry. That was the miracle. Of course, they show all kinds of other miracles. Maybe he did. Who knows? It doesn't matter. The main miracle is to have Narayani chant Krishna and cry, because that liberates you out of illusion. But those guys who take the eggs out and imitate and all that, even if they did real miracles, do they have love of God? If not, they just got mystic powers.
What does it
Some
mean for
yogis,
you then, as disciple? And he takes his egg out of his mouth. Wow. And what? Yeah, but why would I be your disciple now? Because you can do those magic things.
yeah,
What are you giving me now?
yeah. Well, you'll become a cheater like them. That's the ultimate thing. If you associate with cheaters, you become like them. If you associate with liberated souls, you become like them. You love God. And if you don't think that's important, nobody will stay here. The purification will get intense and everything, and the contamination will come out, and you'll run after it. You'll believe that's the truth, is your contamination, your speculations and all that. See, you say, no, I don't want to serve this truth and get through that. No, I believe in the Putana. I believe in being in the false, ideas and ideals. I believe in the Putana manifests as the speculation. That's the Kalya. And the Putana thinks, oh, yeah, I'm also a Prema Bhakta. You notice how some people are like that? What's his name? Arjai thought he was on the same level. Oh, maybe even better. He was my guru in another life, right? Always something. Got to be bigger, better, more. That's contamination. Cole says, I'm also a Prema Bhakti. I'm an ecstatic devotee like you, Johan, you see, thanks for the awakening. Christina also, yeah, all like that. They think their contamination is the truth. Their contamination is the truth in another way. They're truly contaminated. They don't believe it. That's why you're over there. We're here. Yeah. So that's the war. The war. That's why they have to act. You got to have a fucking drama in this world. I could keep silent. Bhakti Vinod kept silent. He just kept writing his book. He just, we're not going to deal with this now. Let me write this down. Somebody will come along and preach it. And we have. And we are. Yeah. So they collected a lot of fish in the barrel, right? So we sort them out. Jesus in parables like that. Collecting the fish and then sorting them out. We're sorting them out, man. So you go in there. Hey, anybody got ears over there in ISKCON or Gaudiya Samiti? Boom, we got two fish. Two fish fished out of the illusion there. Radhapriya and ISKCON. Anybody in there? We got some of those guys. They're coming over here. Fished you out, man. You're on the boat, man. The love boat. What do you think, Andromeda? Are you dreamy there? She was going to say something and then she went off again. You're muted there if you did want to say something. Okay, what else we got here? It is he only who first imparted Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji. See, Brahmaji was he first imparted. He's the firstborn, right? See, the firstborn. Firstborn means there's other people going to be born also. He's just the firstborn, just like you're firstborn in a family, right? Firstborn. But God may impregnate some other people and get some other persons who are born. Yeah. Yeah. So this is its style. See, this statement is Bhagavad Gita 10:10. See, he first imparted this Vedic knowledge into the heart of Brahmaji. See, why? Well, Brahma said when he When Krishna appeared to him, tears appeared in his eyes. They're anointed with the salve of love. See? So the devotion was very important to appear first. And then simultaneously, the Lord appeared, the truth, and appears in your heart, right? See? The firstborn, comes like that. So now he has the truth in his heart. Most people are not born, right? They have to hear it from Guru. And that causes the birth in others. See, born of the word, not of flesh and blood. See why I like these statements are conclusive. Who most rejected Jesus, it says he says, he came to his own. This is the same kind of it's always a rerun. Reruns are wonderful here. They're boring when the mundane reruns. This is a spiritual rerun. We rerun this drama, and then people get liberated out of illusion forever. See, he came to his own. We come to I come to the ISKCON. I come to the Radhakund Babaji's. Come to his own. We're part of that group. And most rejected it because they believed in the darkness to be the light. See that verse? It's right there. I love that verse, man. It's lovable. But those who did receive him were born, see, of the word spoken, made flesh by that personality. Not of flesh and blood, but born of the word. What was born? The same, like father, like son, right? So there, your spiritual father is the guru, the real guru, the real guru. You listen to that word, and what's born in you is this love of God that they have. See, now you're a good son. Lalit is a good son. Haridas is a good son. See? Good son is you radiate the spiritual sun in this world, right? That's what's important. Not some charisma. Look at me, I got an egg coming out.
You're a chicken, Vishwananda Swami.
Yeah, that's what you are. You're a golden chicken.
Or a cock.
Yeah. Prove me wrong. You can come on the show too. We need some drama here. Come on, Vishwanath. Come on the show. All of you, Sadhguru, you can come also. Let's have a discussion, man. Charya Dave. Aren't you feeling your oats, man? Come here, confront this less than a carpenter guy. No, you don't have to confront me. Confront my disciples. Confront Lalita or Haridas. Let's see what they have to say. Let's have you bring your champions. You don't have to come personally. Bring your best. Bring your legacies, man. That's the best thing. That's more proof. Bring your legacies and we'll put them against Haridas and Lalita. Bring your finest. Otherwise, you got no fucking legacy. What is the point? What did you pass on, man? That's why Prabhupada Bhakti said, if I could just make one fucking pure devotee, we'd be successful. Because from that one, so many others can come. Yeah. Whole universe. But the thing is, that legacy, that one, they have to preach the confidential truth. It can't be just another generation of rules, regulations, ceremonies. It's mundane still. It's got to be something special. Special word, right? Isn't this a special word? Yeah. This word makes you really special, but not in the way the world looks. When you're special, you might be like St. Francis. You go out and preach that special word that you get into your heart. And people dump garbage on you, throw tomatoes and all that, all because you have the special word in you. Yeah, you ready for that kind of fame? See, St. Francis said that's the highest contentment. He said, what is the highest contentment? Oh, just to go out and preach like my Lord Jesus Christ did. And for people to do to him and, do to me what they did to him. That is the high. Why was that the highest contentment? Because it proves he belonged to Jesus, which was the only important thing. Are you like that? Otherwise, you can't be a real guru, man. You got to be like that. I consider proof of potency, man. You go and, lie about, you project your consciousness here. I say, oh, look at the dirt. Thank you, Lord. You show me the truth. People believe in the lies, then they get an inferior result, right? They stay in the material world. But those who believe in our preaching and this word here, they're elevated to the spiritual dimension. They fly. Become flying nuns. Yeah.
Also, the important thing is to the association when you're together, like Sadhu Sangha. That was also a point that I was in that picture. When you're together, where two or more are together, talking about God, you are creating a very powerful chapel in which
Yeah.
that spirit is so strongly present. And that's so beautiful. Why we come together, actually.
Yeah. It's like a church. You go to church, they have the singing, and then they have the what do you call the sermon? And it's all part of it. It's part of it. I used to, I like to go to church, but only for parts of it. I like the singing part, devotional singing was, I thought, oh, this is great. Then I hear the preacher preaching all this mixed crap. And that thing, I would leave. I'd literally leave and wait for the coffee afterwards, because then you socialize with people. But then they all, they just like going to a fucking external meeting. Leave that too, super, just, yeah. So, yeah.
It was not a good after class.
Yeah,
That was not a good after class,
Yeah. You got to keep it going. Okay, so let's see, last part here. By him, even the great sages and the demigods are placed into illusion. So that's what you see how we talk about that. It's not enough to just be a great sage in the mode of goodness. People think that's a sage. Like, wow, look at him. He's a religious person. Could be fast. He's austere. He's like a Brahmin or a sannyasi, and maybe they follow even strictly. But if your consciousness is still not understanding or on the devotional platform, the pure devotional platform, still you don't see things as they are. You're still in illusion. You have to relish the truth. You have to taste these truths. Otherwise, you don't know them. Therefore, you'll act like a demigod or a sannyasi. You'll preach like a sannyasi in the mode of goodness, if you're there, and all that. But that's proof you're still not on a transcendental platform. You're not knowing the source of all of that. That's what we got here. You get to know the source where this all comes from. That's where this preaching is. The preaching is automatically elevating you to the spiritual perspective. See, perspective means you're in a certain perspective on things. And I'm just telling you, well, you can check it. Is that the correct perspective that you're getting? If you're getting any other perspective, you examine it. Well, and you'll see when you get this perspective, you'll see the other perspectives as inferior. They're not in the vision of this perspective. See, this perspective is on the top of the mountain. The other perspectives don't line up, shows they don't know what's going on top of the mountain. That's simple. See, if you hear this purport, it reveals on what's going on top of the mountain. That perspective, that's God perspective. That's called devotee Bhagavat, if they're in full bloom. Not, yeah, I'm going to write the Bhagavatam. I'm going to write all these devotional literatures, but I'm not going to preach them. I'm not going to reveal that. It's in the book, ready to be revealed, but people can't see that. They're not elevated to that thing. You need a devotee Bhagavat who looks at the verses and has that elevation to speak to you. And if you believe in them and you believe their perspective, you will be elevated and you will also see like that. What is the difference between God's vision and God's vision? God's vision is God's vision. That's why Prabhupada taught. Don't think we don't come to give our opinion. We're here to give Krishna's opinion. But who can ascertain it? Only a real devotee. And nobody knows who that is or what that is or how to even achieve that quickly. Well, that's why we're here. I'm very, very proud to be part of this. Perspective, Otherwise, everybody's getting these lesser perspectives. You come here long enough, you'll see that this is the top of the mountain perspective in the vision of the actual verse as it is. And it's confirmed in so many other verses, actually. You will see that, like your guru sees that. You will get the shelter that your guru has. Or if the guru doesn't have the transcendental shelter of the transcendental Lord, how can you get that? How do you know you have the transcendental shelter? Well, you'll chant like your guru, man. You'll start ever increasing taste for the holy name and pastimes of the Lord. Ever increasing realization, revelations that'll be your food that people know not of. And if they want to know of it, they have to come to you. Not just anywhere, not to any Christian preacher or Vaishnava preacher or sannyasi or Brahmin who is not elevated to the perspective that you got by associating with your living guru. God is impressed with his representative, right? And he becomes impressed in you, with you, by you listening to them. That's the easy peasy way to be delivered. All you have to do is come to the point of sincerely listening and following and standing under those truths, and you're protected forever. Because all devotees are standing on. Jesus is standing under these truths. Therefore, he remains in a liberated condition. Prabhupada is standing for these truths. He's liberated condition. And people in the world, they don't stand. These gurus don't stand under these truths. They don't stand under that truth. Therefore, they're not in a liberated condition. See? That's why I preach against them. That's why Jesus preached against them. What is being against? It's not the same as people in the world think. They're an illusion. They come against the truth. That's good. Now we got drama. Now we got friction. Now we're going to get a resolve, some resolution. See, resolution. You ever see the TVs there, Haridas, how the resolution is getting better? See, they improve the resolution. This is how we improve the resolution of what we're seeing about the eternal. We put the truth against the lie. See, that's why I'm against you gurus, just to put the truth against you. So we get a little friction, which causes the revelation Otherwise, you're just pumping out lies, and disfiguring the word of God, right? Everybody's becoming disfigured by it. And we just show you a perfect 10 in figure, right? Everybody likes the hourglass. We give you a nice perfect 10. You like beauty, right? So this is a spiritual perfect 10. You look at this figure, and as you're getting purified, you begin like, wow, man, I like that hottie, man. Ooh, devotion. Ooh, yeah, I'm hot for that. I want that. Yeah, ooh, yeah. This shows me how beautiful God is. See? You come here, we get you attracted to the most beautiful girl in the world. That's devotion, pure. See? So if you come here, we'll get you lusty for that. You want this devotion, man. Wow, man, yeah. This is it, man. This is what I want. Hopefully you want that, Yeah, so you come out of you're not, this is why you see the Lord likes to choose a low class, fourth class person to teach real religious principles that are pure religion from. Because people, these sannyasis are proud. They're proud of their knowledge and everything. They don't deserve really to wield the opulence that real devotees have. Remember Devananda Pandit, Lord Chaitanya, the supreme absolute truth. You could see he had a supreme truth. He said, Devananda Pandit, you're not qualified. The world thinks you're qualified, and therefore they don't get the ultimate result in this life. So let me show the example. Devananda Pandit, I preach against you. See? My word is against you. My understanding is against you. I put it against you. But for the benefit of Devananda Pandit, who became a real devotee. Eventually, it worked its way in. That's why Jesus put his understanding against the Pharisees. He said, you guys, you're not purified. You're like a daksha, man, full of envies, jealousies, that's snaky, hypocrisies. He put it against them. Amy, you see, it was named the name Pharisees, man. Hey, you Johann, you Coles, you Amy's. I put the truth, I put this understanding against you. You don't like it, that's why you run away. But it's still against you. It touched you. See? It's going to cause a friction, a conflict inside. It's good, right? People, they misunderstand this preaching. Look at the emanation of Jesus in the movie called The Robe. This guy, they were playing lots. Jesus, they had a robe. It was penetrated by his bhakti. This is why they keep the bones and the things of saints, man, and anything related, clothing, all of that. So there was a robe Jesus wore. It's impregnated with obviously his ecstatic relationship energy. And so this guy won it in playing gambling for it, So they said, okay, you can have his nice robe, So they gave this centurion the robe. He touched it. Pooh! Immediately a ghost went in him, just like the fisherman. And he started to get mad. He started to understand things that nobody understood, and they thought he was crazy. But then he realized, Jesus is the door, man. He was the door. Right? That's guru, man. You got somebody like that before you. If you do, you're very lucky. You touch it here, man. If a ghost enters you, the Holy Ghost, it may cause conflict. Go ahead, Lolita.
What you touch here on earth from divinity, if you accept the word here from somebody who comes to the earth, to the world like you, if you touch that word, if you accept the preaching, if you accept the purification, you accept that, you will accept what's coming from there as well. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Because
That
it starts with the devotee. They come from that consciousness. See, they're the first fruit of that prayer of Jesus, thy will be done on earth as it is in spirit, in the spiritual realm, in Vrindavan or the Garden of Eden. The Lord wants that will here now. That's why it started with Jesus. See, he taught his disciples to pray like that. They still don't they didn't know why he said, well, we'll just wax on, wax off the prayer, you know. We don't exactly know what it means. You got to be elevated like into a Jesus level to understand what he meant. Lord Chaitanya said the same thing. I want intimacy with my parts and parcels in this world. That's the only thing that's going to save them, is this intimate relationship. See, that's my will in Kali Yuga, especially, man. His will is that everybody takes to this path, and otherwise you're in danger. You know, the demons and demigods cannot save you, man. The good path or even the regulative path cannot save you, man. Not in this Kali Yuga, man. You need that, whatever brings you here, whether you follow a spiritual master, or even a sincere one, or maybe Prabhupada, who was enlightened, but you still need to hear this teaching. This is postgraduate Chaitanya Lila teaching, man. This is the postgraduate Bhagavad Gita. You Bhakti Shastras, you need to come here to complete your understanding, complete your studies here. Completion of the studies means taste for this literature, taste for the name of God, which is the ultimate. Just to simply relish the happiness of being close. Yeah. Any comments, Haridas? What do you got for us today? Give us a word.
Just being here with you and Lalita, it's a blessing. But I can feel the friction that you were speaking about in myself. This friction. You know?
Yeah. Well, what's the friction? What friction? What was
it's
frying?
The feeling of, you know, the false ego being here, but also at the same time the higher self being here, you know, working together.
Yeah.
And so it's difficult for me just sitting here without chanting, because it's so purifying. It's purifying this false ego away. It's like burning it all away. And that's this friction that I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I'm in the fire right now, just sitting here in front of you and listening.
But you can also chant if you want, if that's, you know, working for you. That's good. Yeah. Speaking of chanting, why don't we engage in that? So, yeah, and I'll take my little break here, because I'm speaking a lot. So, yeah. Okay, so let's chant. Speaking of chanting, fulfill Hari's desire. We don't want any too much friction here.
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
I'm burning. I'm melting.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Oh my Lord.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Oh my Lord.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna. Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare. Hare. Gaurahari.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare. Hare.
Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hari Hari Ram
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Gaurahari. Gaurahari Das. All glories, my Lord and Master.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
No.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Hare Hare Krishna. Hare 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 Ram. Hare Gaurahari Archana Srila Leela
Hare Krishna.
Gaurahari
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Srila
Krishna Krishna,
Leela Gaurahari
Hare Krishna Chaitanya.
Lalita
Hare Krishna Chaitanya.
Gadira Dari Lalita
Hare Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna Chaitanya.
Gaurahari
Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Chaitanya.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Gaur Hari Gaur 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 Hari Dasachari Gaur 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 Hari Dasacharya Srila Leela Gaur Hari Das Hariyu Acharya. All glories to the lotus feet, my Lord and Master. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama.
Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
No.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hari, 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 Ram, Hari, Ram. Ram.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare. Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Guru Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
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 Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna.
Rama
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 Rama Hare Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama
Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Hare Krishna.
I'm going to take a little bit of a nap, I think. You guys want to continue chanting, but I got to take a nap if you want.
Gonna
to.
take an episode because I didn't sleep all night. So
Sleep, yeah. Let's take a nap and come back later. Lalita will. I might do something a little bit after. Let's see. Hare Krishna.
thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Thank you for
Thank you,
coming.
Guru Maharaj.
Thanks for coming.
Bye bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye.